Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome. So we're here today with a League of Legends rap reaction by Dan Bull. Now, I very much like League of Legends. Used to play it a lot when I was 15, so pretty much exactly 10 years ago. Very much loved it. Very much had a lot of ton of fun with it. I remember back in the day, me and my friends, we were studying for our exams while playing League of Legends, and that's how we all got an A star, because we kept studying every single day. Instead of being lazy, we studied for like a good year. Instead of just like the period of like 2 weeks before the exam to study. No, we studied the whole entire year, but we studied while playing League of Legends and playing other video games, and that's how we all got like A's and A stars back then. So League of Legends will always hold a place near and dear to my heart. Now, I was never any good at it. I was playing as Volibear. I don't know whether that says anything to anyone. I was playing as Volibear, and I was like, because Volibear, I believe, was a tank, but I was playing him very, very aggressive, because like he would heal so fast that I was like, okay, I'll just go in there and basically just play as an attacker with a character that's like designed to be a tank, at least from what I remember. So that was quite fun. Now, I wanted to get back into League of Legends recently. I wanted to get back like a year ago, give or take a year ago now, maybe even 2 years ago. And I downloaded it, I tried to install it, and then it always came up with like some sort of error message. So I was like, okay, this is not working. I've tried now for 3 days, it's not working. I keep getting the same error message. Doesn't matter what I do, whether I install the 64-bit or the 32-bit. Doesn't matter what I do, I can't get into it, I can't get back into it, so I'm kind of stuck right now. So I went back to Smite. And I went back to Smite, and I've been enjoying Smite ever since then. Now, Smite is pretty much the only game that I play at the moment alongside Smash. And whenever the new Zelda comes out, I'll be back on that. I'll be back on that grind. Or whenever new Xenoblade comes out, maybe I'll get a new Metroid as well. Man, I'm such a Nintendo fan, aren't I? And it's not that I just play Nintendo games. It's just that like my three favorite video game series are Smash, Zelda, and Xenoblade. So like, yeah, they kind of got me by the balls, if I'm being completely honest. And I like Metroid quite a lot as well, so that's the thing. But like, I would play League of Legends again. Maybe not at this point, because I'm currently extremely busy. It's why, in case you're wondering, like why there's not been as many videos on the channel lately as there has been in the past. It's because I'm extremely busy, and while I'm still transitioning over, like getting used to this period of me being extremely busy, it just means less videos. But hopefully, like once I currently adapted to like a 3-day schedule, 3-day sleep schedule each day. So that took quite a lot of me getting used to that, but I've managed to do that now. I've managed to adjust to that now. But like hopefully once I get more accustomed to my current schedule, because I'm like basically now I've got 3 jobs that I like, and it just means that I can't do anything. So like once I'm more used to that schedule and whatnot, then there'll be more videos, and maybe I'll have time to play games like League of Legends again, if that would to ever work for me again, because it clearly didn't work last time. So I'm kind of annoyed with it. But hey, Dan Bull, I know we're going through the Assassin's Creed series with Dan Bull, but oh well. I decided, you know what, League of Legends. I saw this, I searched Dan Bull, and that was one of the first things that popped up. So I was like, okay, cool. We're reacting to this. I know we're still on the Assassin's Creed series, and we'll get back to that. But I want to see this League of Legends rap. Ash was fun, Team was fun, Master Y was fun. They were all very, very fun, but Volibear was my go-to. I think it's just that I like tanks, I like heavies. In Smite, my favorite character is Bacchus, and I play him very aggressive too, to kind of like jump in, like 1 versus 5, and then I just dip. I'm like, okay, I'm out. Which, I don't know. I just like chase, I guess. It's just a chase, or like having everyone chase after you. I don't know whether it's that or not, but hey, if you want to support Dan Bull, the video is in the description down below. Click on it. Watch his video first before you watch my reaction to it. With that said, let's get ready to rock and roll. Ooh, I like that beat already.
Let me take over and amaze those couch potatoes.
Okay.
Who stray close to my caseload of great flows.
Now I will say this: I don't remember the music of League of Legends at all. So like, if the beat or the music is like referencing that, I don't remember that at all. If I'm being completely honest, and there's probably like 100 new characters that I'm not familiar with at all either. It sounds like more like a pirate song.
Let me take over and amaze those couch potatoes as I slay foes who stray close to my caseload of great flows.
Okay.
Every moment I make goes straight to the summoner showcase. Most plain so they know me as the great ball. You're a scapegoat. Your opinion's nothing to me. I'm running
Okay,
the minion,
okay,
but
okay.
and some of the summoners coming at me are just gonna be me to increase my summon XP.
Okay, all right. That's a, Dan Bull, he constantly does that. Always does that. Is that like the highest? Yeah, okay. Definitely an older video. But he loves doing that. Like where he starts with something and he just goes and goes and goes and goes on for it until he like hits you with a punchline right at the end. It's just like building up. It's like a roller coaster. And then the drop comes. That's kind of what it is with him. I quite like that.
You're a scapegoat. Your opinion's nothing to me. I'm running the minion, buffing my speed, and some of the summoners coming at me are just gonna be me to increase my sum of XP. I'm brilliant, killing a million minions a minute until I've diminished the kingdom. You're finished.
Okay.
Your fish fillets, your tower is under attack. I'm the Tiananmen Square man. You're vanishing under my.
If he made that reference today, if this video has to be old. This video has. You mentioned Tiananmen Square anywhere on the internet, and suddenly your whole channel, you just get deleted. All right, you just get deleted because, well, they're watching us. They're always watching us. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter that we're not in China, because China just controls so much of like the media and so many of the companies. Just because, you know, if you step out of line, well, you can't trade in China anymore, and they've got, you know, what, 1.5 billion people or so, or 2 billion at this point, I guess, that you want to be in China. So be careful. Nowadays, he definitely couldn't say that line. Nowadays, he would say that line, and the video, suddenly the video would be gone within a second.
Brilliant, killing a million minions a minute until I've diminished the kingdom. You're finished. Your fish fillets, your tower is.
Alright, sorry, I'm sorry I'm pausing again, but it's actually kind of ironic that like the Tiananmen Square massacre anniversary was recently, and I believe currently the CCP, the Chinese Communist Party, is holding its, I think it's 100th year anniversary, I think, this month. So I mean, that reference, especially like when I'm reacting to it, is actually quite relevant, I guess.
Under attack. I'm the Tiananmen Square man. You're vanishing under my tank. My champions dismantling your.
I didn't even catch that before. You're vanishing under my tank. Okay.
The Tiananmen Square man. You're vanishing under my tank. My champions dismantling your pantheon and ganking them. He's leaving them bleeding and needing immediate treatment from an ambulance. And when it comes to spells, I'm betting you can't even spell chrysanthemum. I lead the league.
C. No. No. CHRY. TH, I don't even know what he said. Chrysanthemum. EN. No. I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure. Chrysanthemums. Chrysanthemums. I ain't gonna try it. Ah, that's what we were searching for. Okay. Say it again. Why you? I'm taking aim and raining pain again, you're slain. To explain my brain's a strain, but it's safe to say I remain insane. I lay in wait for the shrubberies and jungle leaves. Coming from the trees. Hello there. What was her name? Ash? No, not Ash. Ash is the... Ash, I mean, why you forgot her name? The dual pistol wielding. Ash is right here. Annie, I want to say. My hunger needs feeding, I feast on feeble underlings and leave them wondering if it's thunder or my tummy rumbling. Well, well. Your distributor with a particularly vicious and pitiless kick in the knickers until it gets into testicular sickness. My method's meticulous. Why? I'm a carnivorous, sinister, villainous killer. You're just a little wuss. I lead the League of Legends. Why? Why? Like, you just add some humor in there. My method's meticulous. This is ridiculous. I'm a carnivorous, sinister, villainous killer. You're just a little wuss. Like just, it was like this build up just for it to be like a punchline joke at the end. I don't make the rules. Affection's increasing weekly. The leash of affection. Say it once more. Okay.
reach for
Perfection.
Brutal, I lack scruples, so any defense is actually futile. I'll never attend a tribunal till everything ends and it's my funeral. I've got rooms full of rooms, it's not just hot tunes. With lots of vitality, clarity, avarice, malice, alacrity. It's a laugh to see you act.
I've never ever heard that word before. Alacrity.
With lots of vitality,
What on
clarity, avarice, malice,
alacrity? What on earth does alacrity mean? Oh, I'm always souped, always hyped when I learn a new word. Oh, you know. Sorry. In the middle of direction, I know people are like, man, you pause much, and now I'm gonna do this. What does alacrity mean?
This is the definition of alacrity. Brisk and cheerful readiness.
She accepted the invitation with alacrity. I read a ton of books, right? I actually read a lot. You can't see from the back. You know, there's not that many books in the back, granted. But like, I used to have a room downstairs with just books until I was like, okay, I need to actually sort that out. Because it was kind of like a mini storage room just filled with books, right? And I've never came across that word in my life before. I might actually, one of these days, I might actually do like a book. Books that I recommend. Granted, most of the things that I read are either crimes. It's either crime books. It's either high fantasy. I do like low fantasy as well, but predominantly high fantasy. Or a lot of like dramas. But then again, every story is a drama. But I found a new word, ladies and gentlemen. I found a new word. I'm happy. You might not be happy for me because you're like, who cares about a new word? But I'm gonna start using that word. I'm gonna start, I need to start using that word before I forget. Same thing like other words. When I learn a new word, I just need to keep saying it, and then it becomes part of my regular vocabulary. It's like magnanimous. I never used that word before. Heard it. I was like, wow, sounds great. And since then, I use it quite frequently.
got rooms full of rooms, it's not just hot tunes I produce with lots of
Vitality, clarity, avarice, alacrity.
It's a laugh to see you after me and my masteries. What's that you're trying to cast at me? I'm crazy, intended to send in my path, you see. These legendary staffs and
I send all that negative energy back at you. That's basically what he's saying.
These legendary staffs and blades will send a competitor back to base. My most regular web that's played, an enemy has been slain.
An enemy has been slain. Okay, Mr. Duggleby. Okay.
Bull Duggleby.
That's different. That sounds like the Joker almost. Didn't that sound like the...
Dan Bull Duggleby.
Not quite now, but it did sound... At first listen, it did sound like the Joker. But then I listened to it again, it's not, definitely not. That definitely doesn't sound like... I thought that was like the cartoon Joker. Matt Hamilton, like... I can't do his voice, but like... Dan Bull Duggleby. Again, I can't do his impression, so I'm not even going to continue doing it. This was fun. Again, this kind of made me want to play League of Legends again. But even if I try, it's not going to work. I had a look on the internet about the issue. It's apparently quite a common one, but apparently there's no actual solution to it. So I was kind of like, man, how is this a common problem, but nobody has like a simple solution? Like everyone's like, oh, you might try this, you might try that, you might have to try this, and I'm like, I've tried it all, none of them have worked. Now I'm just moving over to Smite, and I like Smite. I love Smite. Don't get me wrong. I really, really love Smite, but I also want to play League of Legends because it's more popular. As stupid as it sounds, it's more popular. It's obviously the most popular MOBA game out there, and I don't mean that in like a negative light. That Smite, it's not that as popular as League of Legends, but typically popular games, they are good for a few reasons. One of them is the competitiveness, or two, it's the characters. Now I already said that I very much, and with the song as well, there are many characters that I recognize. They're very familiar characters and ones that I just like seeing. Now obviously with Smite, for example, that's not quite the case, because the Smite characters, they are at the end of the day gods. That's kind of the story of Smite, that the characters that you play as are mythological, well, not just always gods, but mythological creatures, mythological creatures, as well as what would you consider Cthulhu? I don't know, because he's not really a mythological thing. They're all stories, right? Even him, I guess. But yeah, like the Smite is just a little different. That's like not made up characters. mean, it is. I mean, it is, but it's not quite made up characters in the same sense, like as League of Legends is, for example. You just have random characterized people in it, which I just enjoy a lot. With that said, Dan Bull, typical, very, very typical. Adds humor to his songs, and he loves to build things up. For it to then have a payoff as well at the end. Quite a big payoff at the end, which I almost always very much appreciate. I do also like that, when he does his build up, with the roller coaster analogy might not be perfect, but like you do your build up and then it's like kind of like the punchline, it just hits, the drop, a roller coaster. But the thing with like him is like he has punchlines as well, and word plays as well, and just style and swagger as well while he's doing while he's riding up. So it kind of makes the journey upwards just like shaky, because it's just like it's instead of like just being like a straight road up, it's kind of like woo woo. It just makes it more fun, makes it more enjoyable, if I'm being completely honest. Now, with that said, this was the League of Legends wrap. We will definitely be going back into the Assassin's Creed. Maybe not immediately right away, but I do want to kind of finish the Assassin's Creed series because we've now already done, I think, like 9 out of 13 songs. So there's only like 4 left or so. So, it's a nice series to have. It's a nice series to complete. And that's essentially the goal for the next couple of Dan Bull videos. With that said, though, ladies and gentlemen, I will see all of you in the next one, everyone. Until then, have a nice day. Peace out. And as always,